Welcome to Reservations for One with Bills. I guess you know by now, Bills. I say that because, maybe sometime I might have someone fill in for me and do Reservations for One. I told you I'm about to start having more guests. I mean, each week I do have a special guest, which is me, because I'm very special in my eyes and to my mama eyes. So, to a few of you too, to a few of my exes. But yeah, it's Memorial Day, Memorial Weekends, Memorial Day. So I just been getting drunk every day, remembering motherfuckers, remembering all my exes. Like damn. I mean, I don't think I ever had a good Memorial Day weekend with them because this is the weekend you gotta try to be single. You're going out of town, being a jerk, so you can break up with them. But I do miss a couple people, and I just want to say I remember y'all. What is Memorial Day? Is it? Is it? Oh, I think it's for soldiers and stuff, right? So you remember all of the people that passed away. So we're gonna remember them. Happy Memorial Day. What happened recently? I started watching the show Dark Matter. Boom, Dark Matter is fire. I've been watching Dark Matter. Dark Matter is fire. It's a book. My son just came home. Shout out my son Skeet. He just came home and told me he read the book. And when I googled it, I was like, fuck it. I've been on my reading shit, so I was gonna read the book, and then I seen, hey, they have a TV show, which is a way better option than reading the book. So I decided to watch the TV show, and it's been fire. So Dark Matters on Apple TV. That's what I've been watching lately. What else happened? Anything else I've been watching? Jobless Reincarnation. I don't know if I said that last time. That's my favorite anime. Like that one. I've been watching that. It's pouring down raining. I don't know if y'all can hear it. You probably can, but I love the rain. Like I'm such of a rainy weather dude. Like I love, like right now it's like in New York City it's like hoodie is hot but not too hot. It's like hoodie and shorts weather. That's my favorite weather. It's like I thrive in that weather, hoodie and shorts. So that. But what else? What else happened? Oh, Apple Music had a list of the 100 greatest albums ever. I mean, some of the I went through the list. The list was alright. I'm gonna talk about the top 5 of the list, and see if cause a lot of things I left off there. But top 5 was Lauryn Hill album was number 1. I could see that. I could definitely see that because that album had. I can't lie. Like I don't think it had no misses on it. Like that's one of the albums that had no skips on it. And just not only no skips, like, cause sometimes there's no skips because every song is listenable. Damn near every song on that album is great. So, I could definitely see Lauryn Hill having the greatest album of all time. Number 2 was Thriller, same thing. I think it's maybe one song I don't like on Thriller, and it's not that I don't even like it. It's just like whatever to me. But Thriller, pretty young thing, the lady in my life. Thriller had too many hits. Thriller's too fire, so I could see Thriller being number 2. Number 3 was the Beatles. I'm not really too familiar with the Beatles music except Michelle, me bear. That song is heat, but I respect that they was on the list because their impact on music was crazy. So you could just put them up there, say they got one of the greatest albums just because of their impact. I wonder if this was like on impact or like everything, but because regardless if it's impact or just like the sounding of the music, Lauren, they got the first 2 right. I'm gonna start listening. I'm gonna go listen to this Beatles album. Number 4 was Prince, Purple Rain. Definitely got that one right. Purple Rain, same thing. Like all of these albums so far, like that I've listened to, had nothing but hits on them. Prince, Purple Rain. Prince is my favorite artist, though. I definitely agree with that one. And what was 5? Frank Ocean, Blonde. I think they put Frank Ocean Blonde on there because of Nights alone. Like off the song Nights Alone, that's probably three of the greatest songs I've ever heard in one. So Frank Ocean Blonde deserved to be up there off Nights Alone. He got some other hits up there. I mean, I like Channel Orange, more songs on Channel Orange better, but the peak songs on Nights are better. So I agree with that. Now, here's the list of the albums that I think definitely got left off. Ross, Teflon Don. That is like a 10 for 10 album. Like how could that not be one of the top 100 albums ever? Like y'all are out of your mind. Teflon Don, oh, except the song number one with Trey Songz and Diddy. That's the only flaw on that album. But other than that, Teflon Don is the perfect album. PND 2. How could PNB 2 not be on the list of 100 greatest albums? Like, who made this list? I want to find them and explain to them. Like, did you never hear PND 2? Are you crazy? The Killers, Sam's Town. That's one of my favorite albums. I think it should definitely been up there. A lot of hits on there. They had Beyonce Lemonade in the top 10, but I like Lemonade, but Lemonade is not better than 4. 4 is a masterpiece. 4 is a musical masterpiece. And they had no Future up there. Hendrix is like the album that shaped music since it came out. Like Hendrix is that album. Like it's no way in hell that you could interview 100,000 babies that can't even talk, and they would tell you Hendrix is one of the top 100 albums. Like it should have been up there. Come on now. I would say it's honestly in my top 10, but I know my personal top 10 might be different than but Hendrix should have been up there, as well as Katy Perry Teenage Dream. How Katy Perry Teenage Dream did not make it? Are y'all crazy? There are not 100 albums. There's not 30 albums better than Katy Perry Teenage Dream. I could maybe argue maybe 20, but not 30 albums are better than Katy Perry Teenage Dream. I like that they had one of SZA albums up there because SZA, that's like I go hard for SZA. I'm a SZA stan, but Control was way better than SOS. SOS was great, don't get me wrong, but Control was like a musical masterpiece. So they should have had Control up there instead of SOS. But I'm just happy for both. You feel me? I'm not gonna complain that. And the Emancipation of Mimi. How you ain't have no Mariah Carey? The Emancipation of Mimi? Like any Mariah, you could have put a couple Mariah Careys up there, but the comeback album, like it's rare that somebody be that big of a star, have a decline, and then come back that great. She should have been up there because of that. It's just one of the greatest albums ever. I know it's hard though because they had to pick there's damn near probably a million albums out, and they had to pick the top 100. But it's like, come on, some of these stuff is a no-brainer. You could have put any Alicia Keys up there, Diary or I Am. You damn sure could have put the Wayne Carter 2 up there. I just feel like Wayne wasn't up there because he wasn't the Wayne that he was when Carter 2 came out. But Carter 2 was some of his best writing. Like, that was some of his best music. The rest, Wayne problem was he just spread his shit too out on too many mixtapes. He said he put out too many great verses that wasn't on no albums. Like, it just was mixtape songs. So I could see why he didn't make it. But they could have put Carter 2 up there just because of Wayne's legacy and the impact. And Carter 2 is just an amazing album. It was like the perfect rap album. It was like a vintage rap album when it came out. And he was from the South rapping like that. Like, it was... He was just rapping out of his mind. There was no T.I., no Jeezy. Come on. Now I'm starting to think, come on. Nah, you know what? We got to find out who's responsible of that for those albums and for that list. And this goes to like the Black Twitter thing. We got to start doing our own thing, man. We can't leave these big corporations to chance and to controlling our culture. We got to start doing our own thing. I'm damn sure. You know what? I'm about to start putting my money where my mouth is and starting to get together because this is getting ridiculous. So let me see. What else happened this week? Oh, I've been on my rom-com. I would say Fifth Element is a rom-com. Oh, it's definitely a romantic movie, Fifth Element. I watched Fifth Element. That's one of my comfort movies. I don't know. I love my comfort movies. I could watch my comfort movies over and over and over. But when I watch a new movie, I don't know if it's like somebody told me it's anxiety, but I don't consider that. Like I could watch a new movie. Like if I'm not in the movie theater in the house, I could watch it for 40 minutes, then I pause it, come back either later, come back the next day, watch another 40 minutes of it. Like I gotta watch movie in parts. So I don't know, but and I watched Fifth Element. I watched A Walk to Remember. I don't know if I'll saw or Walk to Remember before, because anything I saw before I started taking Xanax, completely gone. And shout out to me being Xanax free for about 5-6 years now. It's like I'm so over it that I'll never do it again. I don't even count how long I've not been doing it. Probably even more than that. So, but shout out to me, man. Shout out to me for that. And I've been fake. Now I just started back drinking. I was sober for 9 months just to prove to myself that I could do it. I was struggling a little bit last year, just drinking for no reason. I had to be like, wow, like, do I have a problem, or what's going on? And then I proved to myself that I could go 9 months without drinking. And I'm proud of myself for that. Even though I'm back drinking now, but at least I know that it's my choice that I'm drinking, and I'm not just doing it because of all of the other things around me. I have a problem. But yeah, Walk to Remember. We need good rom-coms back. We definitely need good rom-coms back. I started going through my notes, and I had wrote a rom-com like it's pretty outdated now, because this was when Twitter was first lit. I had wrote a rom-com, and I was like, yeah, when I turn 40, 50 years old, I'm going to just be a movie writer, screenwriter. I don't know why I always try to put age limit. Like I always say, when I turn 40, I'm going to write a book. Like I could have wrote the book for 10 years now. I should have wrote it 10 years ago. I should have wrote it when I was 20, when I turned 21, 23, like, so that's a thing I got to stop doing. That's like one of my faults, one of my traits that I don't really like about myself. I always try to be like, oh, I'm not ready to do this. I'm not ready to write a book. I'm not ready to be a screenwriter yet. I mean, it worked. So I definitely might get back into my bag of it. But I wrote a rom-com, and I read the script the other day. Well, I didn't even write the full script. I just wrote the whole basis of the movie. It was starring Ryan Reynolds, but he was black, because Ryan Reynolds is the only person that could get away with acting like such a jerk without people being judging him for it. So it was Ryan Reynolds, but he was black. He was married to Sanaya Lathan, and then they had 2 kids. It was called Love with the @ again. Love @ again. And it was basically Ryan Reynolds was they was living in Utah. He was a poppin' nigga. He was the star college athlete. And then he fell in love with his girlfriend, his high school sweetheart, and man, it's pouring, and they just moved to a small town after college. He never made it to the majors. He just stopped trying. She got pregnant. They had kids. They had 2 kids, and he was living a beautiful life. But then, as you get older, he started to realize he's just some whack nigga now. All he do is take his kids to school and take him to practice and work his job, and his wife work a job. His whole family happy. He seemed happy, but he mad miserable. So boom. One day he take his son to practice, and everybody crowding around his son and laughing at jokes. And after practice, he asked what was they saying to you? He was like, oh no, they were laughing at this joke I made on Twitter. So he was like, what's Twitter? And his son showed him what Twitter was. And he was like, yeah, you just make jokes on here. This movie was set in 2010, by the way. Let me put that out there. 2010, 2011. So he put his father on to what Twitter was. So his father said, oh shit, Ryan Reynolds fuck it, I'm making a Twitter. So he got on the Twitter. Now he mad funny on Twitter. He getting mad followers. This was before people posted their real face, so he just got a fake page. Now he started giving out relationship advice. He become this big relationship guru on Twitter. There's people DMing him, people emailing him, and he just giving out mad relationship advice. So now he lit, he loving it. Now he be spending less time with his family. He just all on the internet, but he not telling his family what he doing. It looked like he's snooping around because he trying to hide it from them, because he don't want to show them yo, I'm lit on Twitter. So boom. One day he get an email, he get a tweet from a lady, and she just explaining to him yo, I'm I've been married to my husband for this amount of years, and I feel like I'm his soulmate, but I feel like he's my soulmate, but I'm not his. We got 2 kids. Lately, he's been feeling real distant from me, and just a whole bunch of sob story. And then he start thinking damn, is this how my wife feeling right now? Because mind you, he don't spend no more time with them. He just chilling, doing his thing on Twitter. So he start writing her, giving her advice, and then boom. So she don't write him back for she don't email him back for like another month. So he like, damn, like what's going on? I wonder what's going on. A month later, she emails him again. And she like, hey, thank you. I really followed your advice. Like, cause he told her like, yo, just give it some time. It might just be a rough moment and not a rough marriage. So don't confuse like a bad moment with a bad marriage. And then she was like, wrote him back a month later, like, thank you. So then he asked for updates. Now, like she like they updating and she like, yeah, like I'm just thinking like, whatever. I'm just gonna ride it out. But they emailing back and forth and they falling in love. Because they emailing. And he just asked her, like, where you from? Because now he feeling a little funny. He like, yo, where's you even from? Email. She like, oh, I'm from Atlanta. So he like, all right. I'm from New York. But I live in Utah. Told her that. So then she don't reply for like another week. He write her back again like, if you ever in Utah, just track me down. Or just hit me up. She wrote him back like, hey, ironically, I'm going to be in Utah for work next month. We should meet up and get dinner. Let's exchange info. So now they just exchanging and they just exchange numbers. So now they texting each other. Boom. Now they really, really going for it. And he like, yo, can I have a picture of you? She was like, no, I just want to surprise you. Like when I see you, like I like the suspense of this. Like this is better than us seeing each other or talking on the phone. Let's keep it like this. So now, boom, the time come. Ryan Reynolds is completely distant from his family now. Like he just don't pay them no mind. Like he just in love with this girl. He been emailing back and forth, and like him and his wife barely even speak. So, but he's starting to feel funny because he like, damn, like what am I doing? Like what I'm doing wrong? Because now they about to get up for dinner. So then they get up for dinner. The day come, they getting up for dinner. He put on his suit. He put on like he leave out mad early because he don't want to make it seem like he just going out at that time. So he leave out mad early, chilling. He hyping himself up. Went to one of his homies' cribs, telling him what's happened. So now when they go meet up for dinner, he get to the restaurant. He get there a little bit late because he trying to scope out the scene. Like, man, this girl could be a crazy murderer, kill me, whatever. That's what his homies put in his head. He get there. Why do he see his wife sitting in the chair that where they supposed to meet at? So now he confused. He like, is she setting me up? Like, what's going on? Then, like, when he at the restaurant, like, she get there a little bit early. Both of them get there a little bit early. She sit down early, like, so they supposed to meet at 8. He get there like 7:30. She already in the restaurant. At like 7:45, she just get up and dip. So he mad confused, like, what the fuck is going on? So he go back home. So he like, fuck it, let me go back home. He go back home. So then when he go back home, he check his email. Like he called the girl number, she not picking up. He just mad confused. He get back home and check his email. The lady just wrote him a big message like, yo, I was just in a point of weakness. I didn't know what to do. His wife didn't even realize that was him the whole time. So she fell in love with this guy personality on the internet and was about to go meet up with him and cheat on her husband with him. But it was her husband. And now Ryan Reynolds is furious. But then he realized, like, yo, it's my fault. Like, I was neglecting her. Like, then he started reading all of the old emails and seeing, like, she was just so hurt and neglected by, like, that her husband didn't love her. And he started to feel bad. At first he was angry. Then he's like, yo, you know what? This is all my fault. I'm not even going to say nothing about it. I'm not going to mention it. I'm going to just be a better husband. And then they fall in love again. So that was my rom-com I wrote. It's pretty outdated, but, I'm going to get back into it. But, all right, this is a quick episode of Reservations for One with Bills. Make sure you check out Saturday.com. Cop up some of the new merch we got. Like and subscribe to the podcast. I am out.